You've seen the man that always complains about doing something. He always complains and says, why are you arguing with me? Why are you fighting with me? When something goes wrong, he's chaotic about it. He's like, oh my gosh, why would you do, like, let's say his wife messes up in the kitchen and spills something. He's like, why, baby, why would you do that? He criticizes her, but he's also lazy with himself. He sits and scrolls all day. He watches TV. He doesn't really have a purpose in his life. And then we've also seen the type of man that has a purpose in his life. Instead of spending all of his time with this woman, he spends it on his purpose. He spends it on his mission in life. And that's what the point of this video is. It's to take you from being that man that complains about absolutely everything, that's very feminine, and taking you to be that man that doesn't make excuses, that it deals with the chaos in your life. That's the point of this video. It's to come up with an answer for the modern type of relationship with hookup culture. So the very first thing is, what is a perfect relationship? Like, what is a relationship going to be like in heaven? We think about that as before Adam and Eve sinned. What was that like? Well, it was perfect in the sense that Adam was the head of the household. Eve followed Adam. They were in one flesh together. There was no evil, right? There was no temptation. They didn't have sex to feel pleasure. They had sex to make babies. They didn't even know they were naked. That's how absent the Garden of Eden was of sin. And then we look at sin, how it has corrupted the relationships nowadays, and how after the fall of Adam and Eve, everything has crumbled in terms of relationships. You look at relationships afterwards, and it's almost like when Eve partook of the fruit of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, she eternally tied herself to Satan in some ways. Not in the sense that she's going to go to hell, but in the sense that Satan is chaos and God is order. And when she ate of the fruit, she became in some ways chaotic, right? You can see this in your daily life with your woman or with women in general, your mom maybe, is that they're chaotic. They always are. Their emotions are like the ocean. They're just rocking every which way, and they go from being happy to sad to mad to anger. It's just so many different emotions. They're super chaotic. And then you look at Adam and you look at men nowadays, and they're orderly, and it's almost like they're still connected with God all the way. It's almost like the women have been influenced by Satan in some ways. And I think that's because we've had a split, like the fall of Adam and Eve almost split us up a little bit between man and woman. And instead of becoming one flesh now, Satan comes after the weaker of us, which is the women. Women are usually physically weaker. They're usually intellectually weaker. Men tend to be the smartest individuals, the most physically fit individuals. Now, that's not giving women their credit. Women are terrific beings. They literally create life. But I'm saying that Satan likes to come after the weaker of us, and traditionally, women are the follower of their husbands. So, of course, when we're split up like that, Satan's going to come after the weaker one of us, right? And I think that's why women are so chaotic. So what's your job as a man? How do we actually get a godly relationship? And the way that we do that is we have to love our companion like Jesus loved us. We have to say, okay, you're chaotic and I'm orderly. We're going to solve this, right? You're not freaking out when some problem goes on. You're not complaining about every little thing. Instead, you suffer to make your family happy. You suffer to bring order to the chaos. You suffer for the happiness of others. That's what it means to be a man, is to be resilient to suffering. Be resilient to pain. Endure pain for your family. That's what a righteous man in my eyes is. And I don't have all the answers, but I know a righteous man when I see one. And I'm not fully righteous yet. But I hope to be one day. And I hope that I'm following the principles of being righteous. So suffer a little bit. Endure some pain for your family. Endure some pain for your business. I hope this video was good, beautiful, and true. And until next time, see you guys.